Okay, vegans, what's up? So we have here a Norton Summit. This is a giant Defy versus a giant TCR performance test. Norton Summit, one of the hardest climbs on the planet to get up there. Housing up the front, 11:29, fastest time recorded on Strava. Let's have a look what we can. Vegan power, durianrider. So we got 12:57 off the back, 348 watts. I did this on my giant TCR. Now let's go have a look. I did it on the Defy recently, the Defy Advanced Pro. Let's have a look at the bikes quickly while we're waiting for that. This is a bike I rode the other day, Defy Advanced Pro. I put my power meter on there so I could do an objective test. I used the same tyres as on my TCR, the GP 4000S. So I had everything reasonably similar. I mean, there's obviously some variables, but I used the same power meter. This is pretty much my TCR. I do have some lightweight Millenstein Gen 4 wheels on there, but same tyres and same power meter. Right, let's go back to the segment. So my best time ever is 12:57, and that's done on my TCR. I've also done a 13:01. So look at the power there. You can see similar time. Not much difference there. 2 watts, same diff. Here we have on the Defy, 338 watts and a 13:22. I mean, obviously there's wind, there's being in the bunch, there's different variables, but you can see it's pretty fucking similar. I mean, 22 seconds is a lot, but we're talking 10 watts as well. If I pushed out the extra 10 watts, which I can do, if I was G'd up enough, I would be, you're probably losing, in the same conditions, you're probably losing 10 seconds, maybe 5 seconds up Norton Summit on a fast climb. So you're not really losing much. So the difference between the TCR, the Defy, it's really fucking minimal. If you're a stage racer in the Tour de France, then the extra weight may knock a few minutes off your time after 3 weeks. But for the everyday person, then these disc brake bikes are pretty good as well. It feels a bit more, what's the word? The TCR is the best carbon bike on the planet. And if you want pure race, performance, responsiveness, stiffness, nothing comes close to the TCR Advanced SL. It's the best. It's the best money can buy, without a question. All the tests. I mean, it's not just my opinion. It's the tests, the data. Go and ride one and then see what I mean. Incredible bikes. The Defy is more comfort orientated, but still extremely high level performance. I've ridden Cervelo, Colnago, Trek. I've been on a lot of fucking bikes, and the Defy is legit. It's legit. So the benchmark for me is the TCR, the Defy Advance. Again, this is a heavier spec than my TCR, so maybe that was why I didn't feel as aggressive as the TCR, but still a fantastic bike, still capable of very fast times. You're not going to get dropped, basically what I'm trying to say. You're not going to get dropped because you're on this bike, alright? You're going to get dropped because you just couldn't push the watts. It's not because you're on this bike. So the disc brakes, you got extra maybe kilo and a half compared to my TCR on this beast. Carbon rim still. If I was going to get one, I'd probably go the full hog of Steve Hogg. Where are we here? That's what I'd be getting, one of these bad boys. Which I probably wouldn't get one of these myself. But that's what I'm talking about. Let's not fuck around, Life's too short to ride shit bikes. But that was the video. Is basically, what are your thoughts, durianrider, TCR versus the Defy? You got the best endurance bike you get on the market at the moment versus the best carbon road bike on the market. I know this is going to ruffle some feathers. Some people, they're going to go, but what about Parky and Teschner or not Teschner, Willier, and what about Willier and all sorts of stuff? And so what about it? What about it? You ride whatever bike you want to ride. Basically, these days, the carbon bikes are pretty similar. You're not going to get dropped because you're riding a Colnago versus a TCR or whatever. If you're up there, you're up there, all right? Simple as that. If you can push the watts, you can push the watts. As long as your bike fits you, your tyres are pumped up, it's good enough, really. But if we're just shit talking, then yeah, TCR, Defy, best you can get for the money. Otherwise, ride whatever the fuck bike you want. Aesthetics is a big one for me. I like looking at fancy paint jobs. But yeah, if we look at the performance, 338 watts, 348. That difference in power wasn't from the bike. That was from me. That was for me. It's November. This is the start of my season. February is the end of my season. So I'm 10 watts off when I'm going well. What can we do February next year, 2016? So there you go, enough rambling. Do you have any more questions about these two bikes? The Defy is a high-level bike. All these giant Defies, even the alloy ones I've ridden, they're really, really responsive, really good. I would say the alloy Defy is very similar to my Cannondale CAD 9, which is a Tour de France spec frame from 2006. So these days you're getting a lot good for your money. I recently got a Trekimonda ALR, another good alloy frame. But if you're in the market for carbon and you got a bit of coin, I would be going. Just test ride. Just don't fucking take my word for it. Test ride, then decide. Always test ride a bike. Test ride a bike and go from there. Obviously, if you're new to cycling, you don't really know what's good and what's shit, whatever. But if you've ridden a few bikes like I have, and you get to test ride stuff, then you can really test ride and then decide. Any questions? Let them know down below. We'll see you on the road.
What the fuck? Oi, are those fucking disc brakes on your fucking road bike, cunt? Are you fucking serious right now? Oi, do you remember that Eddie Merckx cunt? He didn't have fucking disc brakes, did he?